Hello guys, it's No Sports Now here today with my first podcast episode that I want to be starting today. Just a new series, and for my first video I'm going to be talking about if I think the Russell Westbrook trade will work out in Houston. So I'm guessing pretty much all of you guys have heard by now the blockbuster trade that happened the other day, sending Russell Westbrook to the Houston Rockets for Chris Paul, who they most likely probably will trade before the season starts, 2 first-round picks and 2 pick swaps. Now, I think that Houston really did need to make a trade like this because I didn't think that they should have ran it back because we obviously saw what they did didn't work the last 2 years because they've been beat by the Warriors both times. And it is really smart for them to bring in a guy like Russell Westbrook who gives Harden another star to play, who's in his prime rather than like Chris Paul who is already past his prime. And it was really smart of Houston to make this trade. However, saying that, I am a little skeptical of Westbrook's fit next to Harden because the system that Houston used last year ran the offense completely through Harden, and when you bring in a guy like Russell Westbrook, it won't mesh very well since Russell Westbrook is also a very ball-dominant guard who needs to have the ball in his hand when he's playing and he's on the court because that's how he thrives, is having the ball in his hands, and that is same with James Harden. Like, he needs the ball in his hand to be able to thrive by scoring and stuff, and Westbrook with assists and scoring, just like how he always averages his triple-doubles the last 2 seasons. And we kind of saw how this like style of 2 ball-dominant players on the same team didn't necessarily work very well with the Oklahoma City Thunder when they had Russell Westbrook and Kevin Durant. They both kind of thought that they were the primary ball handlers and that they did both need the ball in their hand to thrive a lot, and that really didn't end very well for them. I mean, obviously they made the finals once, but I mean, they lost in 5 games, so, and that kind of made Kevin Durant want to leave as well, just like how their system wasn't working very well, and that he kind of realized he wasn't going to win anything there the way they were playing. And like, the thing with Westbrook and George, it's like it kind of worked for them because Paul George kind of realized that he wasn't like the primary ball handler, and he really didn't need the ball in his hands when he wanted to thrive on the court. Like, Russ could usually just pass him and he could shoot because Paul George was a lot better shooter than Russ, and that's kind of how he scored. He didn't always need the ball in his hands. And I already think that Houston kind of needed to change their system because of just running the offense through James Harden did not work in the playoffs, and I think this is a really good opportunity that they're going to have to change their system up a little bit, and this is something that they definitely need to do. However, with the 2 ball-dominant guards, I don't exactly understand how they're going to do it, but, you know, maybe I'm not giving enough credit to Mike D'Antoni, and maybe they will be able to pull it off, and I kind of hope they can prove me wrong with my skepticism about just everything that has went on there. But, I mean, overall, I really do kind of like the trade. I think that it was really smart of Houston to do because I did not think that running it back would have worked very successful for them. And, you know, it's going to be really interesting to see a Beard times Brody reunion. Anyways, guys, that's all I have for you today. I'll leave a link for some merchandise in the description below. And make sure that if you guys enjoyed the video, to like and then maybe subscribe because I plan to do a lot of more podcasts. And if you've not checked out my blog, I recommend you do it. I will also leave it in the description. It is nosportsnow.com. I'm planning to write a couple blogs in the next couple days on it, and I'll link a bunch of merchandise for whatever I write about in my blog, and if I do any more podcasts, I'll also link more merchandise. But anyways, guys, that's all I have for you today, so I'll see you all in the next video.